we are looking at cakes that mark special occasions, like christenings, birthdays, and of course, weddings. Eric shows us how to make the lightest possible sponge for a celebration cake that'll look like you've spent all day on it. Today's Bake Club are a family who bake together to create cakes for birthdays and christenings, and they take baking pretty seriously.
It's a bit like chemistry or even DIY or gardening.
Their latest offering gets Eric all excited.
We got ourselves a super baking club here.
But not as excited as they get.
Oh, God!
In the masterclass, Eric creates a brand new fresh patisserie celebration cake using chocolate and praline. It's decorated with strawberries dipped in white and dark chocolate. And he creates a celebration cake fit for the royal wedding on a photo shoot for a leading magazine. Our Bake Club today are a family from Oxford. Mum Beverly has always baked with her children, who are now all grown up. Being mum, she still thinks she's in charge.
What's going on? That's not my marble, is it?
But there are a few rivals in the kitchen now.
I did teach them all to bake when they were little, but now they're grown up and they're quite used to doing their own baking, so they're full of their own ideas and tips, and yeah, they do boss me around quite a lot, actually.
We had to have all homemade cakes and all homemade biscuits. And there was a while when we had to have everything that was homemeal, so we even had homemeal cakes, but luckily that was just a phase. I've got 3 children, so really enjoy making cakes for my kids for their birthdays and other celebrations. Today we're making a christening cake for my son Felix. Felix is 4 months old and he's about to be christened.
Luke's skills are very precise, kind of measuring the ingredients, being scientific. So do you think?
Well, taking into account that the table itself is not flat.
Emma is a bit slapdash, so I think for me to have the kind of visual picture, it means that we're all sharing the same goal today, and so we'll end up with a cake that we want to be able to show Eric.
I think I'm in charge, but Nancy would like to be in charge.
What?
Uh-oh.
It's cut itself.
It just cut itself.
Is it? It's like a magic cake.
Yes.
I mean, she's the driving force into getting everything done and all the ideas and everything, but I'm probably a bit more practical and like to make sure that everything's organised and everything's done in the right order and stuff like that.
I hope Eric would say that we're very good amateurs and that we've tried really well, and that the cake's all quite deep because they have risen today and they look really good. And I hope that he can see that we've sort of created a scheme around the theme of a christening cake, so it's blue and it's white and it looks quite wow, so when we have a party it's quite a nice centrepiece.
Today's quick bake is a celebration gâteau that boasts the lightest sponge and layers of whipped cream and summer berries. It's a Genoise sponge.
With my favourite sponge of all. Don't ask me to do a Victoria sponge because I don't really get it, to be honest. This one, it's foolproof and it's so much lighter. And it's so easy to do. I don't know why you will ever do a Victoria sponge ever again. So the first step is to prepare your tins. Safety first.
Butter your tins and put a baking sheet at the bottom. Whisk 8 whole eggs and then add 250 grams of unrefined golden cast sugar.
Okay.
Place on the bain-marie, making sure your bowl sits above the simmering water so the mixture is cooked gently by the steam. Once the mixture has begun to thicken, remove from the heat and put it straight into your mixer.
Okay, so that's going to need to whisk probably for 5 good minutes, and you will see suddenly it's going to turn almost like pale, very, very pale color. But the main thing is going to double in sizes. It's going to go all light and fluffy, and that's what's going to make our sponge so delicious and so light. And we're just going to add 50 grams of butter, and I'm just going to melt it and start to give it like a nice brownish color, just to give it what we call a beurre noisette, with like a nutty taste. So melted now, I'm just waiting for a nice little brownish color. Okay, so you can see it's nice, dark golden color.
Add the 50 grams of brown butter straight into the sponge mixture. Sift 250 grams of plain flour and fold it into the Genoise mixture.
We don't want to lose the fluffiness and all the hard work this one's been doing. So I'm just going to divide this in my 2 prepared tins. OK, so that's ready to bake. Preheated oven, 180. It shouldn't take more than 25 minutes.
The sponges need to be left to cool for at least 10 minutes until they can be turned out. For the cream filling, put 500 ml of single cream and 2 teaspoons of vanilla caster sugar into the mixer and whisk into stiff peaks.
So we're going to cut, first of all, the top. You can see lovely colors and nice and light. So we're going to cut a first layer. And the easiest way to do nice straight layers is to turn your sponge as you go along. So keep that aside. I'm going to do another one.
Cut your sponge into 4 layers, and then you're ready to build the cake.
Nice cake stand. It's a celebration after all. Proper base of the sponge. So we're just going to build it like this. Just going to put the first layer of cream. And now I'm going to grab my lovely berries. So I got some strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries, and some red currant.
Cut and slice your berries and arrange over the cream.
The blueberries give a nice color and a nice contrast compared to the others. Just going to top it up with a little bit of cream. That's fine. And we're going to add our layer. The next layer, we're just going to put cream, no fruit. Third layer of Genoise. And the final layer, just to make sure it's all level, give it a bit of a push around. Just a thin layer of cream again. I'm just adding more fruit, but this time I'm keeping the stalk on the strawberries so they look nice and fresh, almost like, you know, freshly picked from the garden. A few blueberries. A little dusting of icing sugar. We just want you to tuck in. This is my gâteau Genoise with whipped cream and fresh berries.
Our bake club, the family from Oxford, have arrived at Eric's, armed with Emma's little boy's christening cake.
Can someone give me a hand with this?
Ooh, careful.
Hello. Hello. Hi. I'm Eric. Hi. How are you?
Hi, Luke.
Emma, Nancy.
Beverly.
Good.
Hi.
So we got the whole family here, yeah?
Yes.
So how does it all started? What was the excuse to start baking together?
Well, I used to bake with the children when they were small, and I wasn't very keen on buying shop-bought cakes, so it seemed like a good idea to teach them to bake.
And did you enjoy it? Do you still enjoy doing it together? Yes.
Yeah, we love baking. Luke's now boss. He bosses us around a lot. He always tries to take charge.
I'm not sure it's completely true, but...
Being part of a family, you obviously got quite a few celebrations going on a regular basis, so...
There's always a birthday cake or christening or some special celebration that we're getting together for, a meeting, because we all live in different parts of the country.
The last cake I made before this was for my daughter. It was a Barbie swimming pool cake, apart from I couldn't find blue jelly for the pool, so it was red jelly.
It could be the new trend. I'm sure Barbie will have. Maybe pink, would be a bit more Barbie.
It would have been a bit better for Barbie.
Christening cakes or birthday?
Yeah, it's a christening cake for my son.
I have to say, it does look great. I mean, I think it's time to cut the cakes and see if the inside match the outside.
I think it's going to be fine.
Well, I think we got ourselves a super baking club here.
Oh. Really? Wow.
Thank you. The decoration obviously is amazing. The technique is not as good as the professional technique, but it's still really, really good compared to what you could usually get. But the inside is really perfect. you know, very moist sponge, good quality preserve. But I'm going to have to judge it and give you a score out of 10. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, wow.
You're joking.
No! A big 9.
That's really cool.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, you kept it simple, and sometimes simple is the best. And that's it, bottom line, a number 9.
Thank you very much. Yay. High five. High five, please. High five. Thank you, Eric.
Will the Family Bake Club impress Eric as much when they tackle his spectacular fresh patisserie celebration cake? Or will it all end in tears?
I'm here in Putney, southwest London today because we're doing a photo shoot with a top food photographer. And I've been commissioned to make a beautiful cake based on royal weddings.
Having made cakes for the royal family many times, Eric has been asked by Delicious Magazine to create a 3-tiered wedding cake to celebrate Kate and Will's big day.
Okay, relax.
On the shoot are food photographer Gus Filgate and the magazine's food editor, Lizzie Kaminsky. Eric has based the recipe on the royal couple's favourite cakes.
Chocolate cream. I'm going to put a bit of raspberry as well. Preserve inside. We get carrot cake. Well, apparently it's the bride's favourite.
Is it really?
Yeah, yes, it is. Yeah,
so I read that and I thought, is that really true? Because if that is, that's brilliant.
No, it is, yeah. And we used to do a lot of cakes for William when he was younger, and they always had chocolate and raspberries. And it was actually the Queen Mother's favourite as well.
Was it?
So, yeah.
Brilliant, that's perfect.
It's not just the cake that's being photographed, but Eric as well. They're shooting each stage so the readers can follow the recipe. Each tier has 3 layers, sandwiched together with buttercream. Then each cake is carefully iced.
It's a fantastic shot, but you just look a little bit too happy, a bit too smiley.
Well,
maybe.
I'm happy with my
cakes. I know,
cakes.
you're very happy, but maybe just a little bit more sultry, a bit more concentrated.
Concentration, okay.
Concentrated on the moment.
I put on the sultry French look.
Exactly, a little bit of a pout.
Well, as you can see, it's not that easy to be a model or, you know, a cake maker model. But Gus is a nice guy anyway, so...
You have to say that because I'm here.
I know.
So I reckon that's nice, isn't it?
That's a lovely
one. What
one.
number is that? 154. That's a nice one because you get a sense of the movement with his hand, and also you get to see him a little bit.
Yeah, see his face. Yeah, that's a great one. Fantastic.
Okay, cool.
The embossed icing border is made from flour paste and cut out on a mould, and then put round the bottom of each iced cake. The royal crest and feathers are made from decorative moulds, painted with gold dust.
The gold looks fabulous.
Gold's
it
nice,
looks
Yeah, it looked
shiny.
really good, yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, very good.
And we're going to do crown, feathers, crown.
Yes, I think so.
Good, and it's straight.
387.
Each stage of making and decorating the cake has been shot. Now the crew move into a studio for the portrait shots.
Right, are you ready for the cake?
Lovely. Just whack it in the middle there.
Eric has chosen some beautiful lilac roses for the final touch.
So why are we putting this on the top? Is that to secure the flowers? What have you?
Yeah,
what
they
have
call
you
it
done?
flower pick. It's just the way to use fresh flowers in a real cake, so you don't, you don't push the real flowers inside.
Nice, smart. Lovely. I think I've got Eric's chin in.
Eric's modelling career may be on hold, but the cake should be good enough for more than a few pages in the magazine. A few weeks later, Eric receives his copy.
Guys, I think we got the magazine.
Oh yeah.
Let's go. Right. Okay, it's not the cover, but it's mentioned there. Let's see. It's 4 pages, 5 pages. So all the recipes, little tip here, and I can tell you something. Kate and Will regret not to have ordered their cakes when they
100%.
when they're gonna see that. You never know with magazine till you got the copy in your hand. You know how much picture it's gonna go through, how it's been shot, and this is superb, to be honest. I could frame that. I'm so proud of it. Okay, so if you're ready, do you want to come to the kitchen? Right, as you went more in a kind of traditional way with the ice cake, I thought, we're not going to try to repeat that. I thought, let's go completely the other direction. So we're going to do what we call a fresh patisserie cake, what you will find in France or in Italy or in Belgium during celebrations. But the name of the cake is Délice Noisette, So it's a chocolate sponge filled with hazelnut praline milk chocolate cream.
Sounds delicious.
Green and red.
The Family Bake Club put on their aprons. Mum Beverly and Nancy start work on the sponge, weighing out 600 grams of butter. They add 600 grams of unrefined caster sugar, combine on a slow speed, and then thoroughly cream together on a high speed for a light sponge. Whilst Mum and Nancy crack a few eggs, 20 of them.
It's really heavy. I've never made a cake with so many eggs.
Easiest way is to break the... That's it, you break the egg yolks and...
That's cool. I never knew that.
The eggs are added to the butter and sugar whilst the mixer keeps turning, before 600 grams of flour and 4 teaspoons of bicarbonate are sieved into the bowl. To keep the mixture light, the mixer needs to be put on a slow speed, something Nancy has failed to grasp.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I told you I was messy. Ow, I went in my...
This obviously wouldn't have happened had Luke been in charge of the mixing.
Is this one? Yeah.
Yes, that's the one,
This
that's
is
it.
the side. Oh dear.
Nancy now puts the mixer on at the right slow speed and incorporates the dry ingredients. 600 grams of dark melted chocolate is added to the mixture. The chocolate sponge mixture is done. Now they grease and line 4 cake tins.
That's going to cook at 170, 175, and it will usually take probably 25 to 30 minutes for the smaller size. And the larger one, we're probably looking about 40 minutes. So let's put them in the oven.
Emma and Luke make a caramel by dry frying 300 grams of unrefined caster sugar very gently.
You don't want to go crazy mixing, just leave it to melt gently.
So what happens if you stir it too much?
It can crystallize the sugar.
When do you need to take it off? When it's completely melted?
That's ready there, to be honest. So
300 grams of hazelnuts are added.
all the hazelnuts all in once and just coat them nicely.
Then the mixture is spread onto a heat-resistant baking sheet.
The nuts have gone into a big lump.
Okay, so we're just going to flat it out a little bit. So it's like a hazelnut brittle, really.
Oh, OK.
Yeah. At this stage, we're just going to leave it to cool till it's completely brittle and cold.
Next, the family make a classic crème anglaise, or custard to you and I. 15 egg yolks and 400 grams of unrefined caster sugar are mixed, and the seeds of a vanilla pod are added. 500 mils of milk is put onto the boil.
Okay. So the technique is to put a little bit of hot milk
and whisk it.
And whisk it nicely, quite fast.
Once the first amount of milk is added into the eggs and sugar, the rest of the milk goes in. The custard is then put back on the heat to thicken. You need to stir constantly.
It's always worth passing it through a sieve anyway, because it would always be some little particle of sugar or particle of eggs overcooked, so at least you got a nice, smooth custard.
600 grams of milk chocolate is melted on the bain-marie. The hazelnut brittle is set and is broken into pieces before being placed into the blender and is zapped into a fine powder, which will give the mousse a lovely crunch and nutty taste. 1.2 kilograms of softened butter is whisked slowly into the crème anglaise. Then the 600 grams of melted milk chocolate is then added, and the powdered brittle goes in and is thoroughly mixed.
Wow, they look lovely.
Oh. The sponges have their tops taken off and need to be cut into equal slim layers. This is clearly a job for Luke.
Have you got a spirit level to make sure it's completely flat?
Not in the kitchen, no. I've got one in the garage, but...
The layers of sponge are placed in the cake rings, and the chocolate and crème anglaise mixture is spread on top of each layer.
OK, great job.
The cakes are put into the fridge to set. Time for the decoration. Strawberries are dipped in dark and white chocolate.
This is really good fun. I like doing this because you don't have to do very much, but it looks really impressive.
They make fans from white moulding chocolate. Chocolate cigarillos are put all the way round each cake. And fresh raspberries are placed in a little platform between the tiers. Chocolate fans go round the edge of the top. And finally, the strawberries dipped in chocolate go on the top.
Oh, cool. Looks really amazing. Wow.
So cheers. So thank you very much for coming to my house today and for bringing this amazing cake. Cheers, cheers.
Cheers, Eric.
Cheers, cheers.
Cheers, girls.